Well, hello, everybody. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Give me just a couple of seconds here. I'm trying to share this into the Onward group, onto the live stream, on my inspiration page. So we want to make sure that we are getting it everywhere because people have trouble finding it all in one place. So let's see here. Let me get back to the main page. Here we go. I think I have it everywhere that it needs to be. Okay, so if this is your first time, welcome to the Onward Friday Night call. Thanks for being on here. If you're on the call side of it, welcome. You're going to get just as much, hopefully, on the call as you would the live stream. And if you're joining me here on the live stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. So do you notice the Avon top? Yes, thank you very much. Yes, yes. Loving this new Savannah Blooms collection. I got to tell you, it's just absolutely awesome. I see we have Kim Johnson with us and Julie Paulson on my team, and my girl Kim Scott is on. Pam Hudson is on from Alabama, and Harriet is on. So it looks like we have quite a few people who will join us here. So, so if it's your first time, hey, this is a great, great call to be on, because if you're brand new, especially to the business, then we are here to share some roadblocks that if you have not encountered them, you might encounter them for sure. So if so, we're going to head you off and let you encounter them with us. We are going to tell you exactly what you got to do in order to defeat these roadblocks. And if you're not in Avon, the great thing is when I'm out here on live stream, I'm not just talking about business, I'm talking about life. And there isn't anything that I'm going to tell you that if you think about your life, and we're going to talk about a lot of that tonight, that you're going to say, yeah, I can relate 100%. So don't forget to share. Share this in your groups. That's one of the reasons why I don't just share it in Onward now, guys, because it's hard for you to share outside the group. So now that I'm either on my own page, or if I am, hold on, we gotta share this one more place. Just hold on. We just gonna share it now, right now in public. Okay, there we go. I've gotten that taken care of. So I think now it's everywhere. So anywhere you can find me, you should be able to see me now live stream, which is good. I think it's on my wall. Mr. Bibb, you might want to check that. I think I just put it on my wall. My wall, the inspiration page, the Onward group, Team Onwards group. Lord have mercy. And my inspiration page, so where everybody can follow there. So Sean, how are you? I see you there. And Sharika, thank you. Rhonda, thank you, thank you. Your mom bought the shirt too. I get it. I'll tell you what, I've seen these fashions on our young millennials. I have seen it on people who are 20 years older than me. I've seen it, and look, I'm gonna be 55 this year, and I can pull it off. Okay, some earrings from Avon from, by the way, about 5 years ago that I still love. I think Michael Senjtak just knew that I had these earrings, and I was just waiting to find something to partner with. So I cannot tell you how well my company is doing with bringing things into the forefront and giving people new things to look at. Our health and wellness line, if you have not checked it out, you need to. If you are a rep and you have not checked it out, what is wrong with you? I am right now, my biggest fan is the energy pills and the AM and the PM Restore. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am a month and a half into that AM and PM Restore, and I got to tell you, I don't even know if it's supposed to be for symptoms like menopause or any of that, but I have to tell you, my skin is better all the way around. I was talking to Julie Paulson on our one-on-one last night and telling her about different things I was experiencing and how being on this is the key. I mean, all this hair, and I was starting to lose a lot of hair because I'm not losing it anymore. It's like amazing. It's amazing. It don't look like I shaved a dog when I take a shower now. It's awesome. So if you're watching this, and this has been shared on the representatives page, you need to check out our Aspira Health and Wellness line, because it doesn't matter what you want. We got something for everything. If you need clothes, we got them. If you need health and wellness, we got them. If you need skincare, we got it. If you need some paint for the barn, we got it. If you need body lotion, we got it. You want to smell good, we got it. You haven't been using deodorant, we got it. Okay, we can sell it all to you. I got to tell you, and our representatives have a smile on their face, and you are helping to support small businesses out there and helping people make their car payments and helping put their kids in football, and you are just helping all the way around. And why do you want to go help Walmart when you can help us, right? So if you're just watching on this because you think I'm humorous or weird, that's okay too, because maybe you're gonna learn something tonight. So welcome to everybody, no matter who you are. I'm looking here, and so now suddenly I cannot see. This is not rolling. So I am not ignoring you all. My screen is simply not rolling. So let me see something here. Hold on, because I like to follow you guys along to make sure that I know what you're saying or not saying or anything in between. So I'm going to set this up here. I think I can see it. Yes, I can. Yes, Julie Paulson, I know that you are loving. Yeah, honey, I got it. Thank you. I know you are. Oh, hey, look, I see Lisa Scola. Lisa Scola is in the house, everybody. So let's show her some love. Get some hearts out there, because, you know, she's my girl, one of the formidable four. You know, we love her. Hey, Miss Denise, I see you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Pam Knight, my buddy Pam Knight is on here tonight. This is amazing. Melody is on here. We just one big happy family around here. You know, everybody joining in. Going to have a good time tonight. We're going to talk about some issues, but the really cool thing is, we're going to figure out how to get through these issues together. And that is the most important thing here. So let's see here. Let me see. Is there somebody else here? Yes, holler for Lisa Scola. She is out there. Hi, Sandra. I see you too. And Pam Hudson and Rebecca and Luann. Hey, Luann. I was just talking to you in private message earlier, girl. Luann is the girl who can hook you up with stuff like label stuff and stuff to help organize your business. And she's got a group now, and she just posted it in my Onward group, so you need to look her up. She's got stamps that if you get writer's cramp from writing your stuff on your brochure, girlfriend got stamps for you. Well, make those up. She is great. She's been working with people in my Onward group of 17,000 for a few years now, so you need to check her out. Tammy Mays, how are you, girl? I see you. And Donna Baker and Rhonda and Janae, my girl Janae is on here. Rebecca Chavez, how are you, dear? I'm on the phone with my bestie while I'm listening. Girl, you better than me. Rachel, I see you. Rachel Starr is on here. If you haven't watched her makeup videos, you need to follow her. She's amazing. She really is. And Denise Williams, Canada is in the house, and we love our Canada sisters and brothers, so thank you guys for being here. Okay, we're at about 10 after, so let's get started on this. I think we've given everybody, all our latecomers, we've given them a chance. And don't forget, if you got to leave, if you got to go spend time with the family, it's okay. Uh-oh, I think they lost me on the phone. This happens every time. Hold on. Am I in here now, Lee? Can you hear me? There I am. I don't know. For some reason, it knocked me out, but I'm right back in. It's okay. They just, like, you know, if everything went right all the time, where would we be, right? RoadBlocks. But do you see me hanging up? RoadBlocks. I am still here. I didn't say, well, the phone's not working, so I'm just going to get rid of the call. So anyways, if you know that your people could not be on here live, that's okay. That's all right, because not only can you just go back and find the live stream and share it, but you know I take these and I make them into YouTubes afterwards, so you can go back and revisit anytime and you can share it. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube, you need to do that. Some of my buddies out there, if you could put my YouTube channel up, that would be youtube.com/Molly7720. And if you're not subscribed, why aren't you watching my crazy butt when you're saying I need inspiration? I need someone to help me out here. So that's what we want. Scott Kramer is with us, everybody, and there is nobody that is as entertaining as our social media guru, Mr. Scott Kramer. He is amazing. Him and I, you know, he's on this keto thing, and I'm always trying to tempt him with sugar. I'm wrong. I am the devil on this side of his shoulder, right? I'm getting ready to send him some homemade mint pudding chocolate chip cookies. He doesn't know that yet. Don't nobody tell him. I'm hoping he's going to be done with everything by then. So Scott, you and me, my friend. So so let's get to this. Okay, we have a few minutes here. I don't normally write things down. You know me, I just talk from the heart. But there are some things that you all heard me say on the Friday before last, that for me, there are a lot of things that I have had to go back to in my business that I hadn't been doing, that I had to become refocused. And then I had to also identify some things that were, man, oh man, that get in my way, and that are getting back into my way again. And so don't think that once you have a monster licked, you know, that it cannot revisit, that it cannot just rear its ugly head again. It absolutely can. So let's talk about these roadblocks, okay? And you know, don't be offended. I know so many of you talk to me right now. It's so funny. I just looked at my private message. I have 337 messages pending that I have not looked at. Lord Jesus, take the wheel, people. If you really need me bad, don't private message me, because unless I'm right there, I ain't getting it anytime soon. But I talk to a lot of you. And I may take your examples of things that we've talked about, but I need you to understand you're not alone. You're not alone. There are a lot of people out here struggling with the same thing. So don't be offended if we're like, well, Molly, we just talked about that. I thought it was between you and me. Well, the other 18 people who talked to me about the same thing, some of them, it didn't matter to them whether I shared it. So it's okay. So don't think it's you, because that's not what it is, okay? So we're going to talk a lot about you, because in the end, this is all about your control. It's like, you know, it's like Scott Kramer teaching us a new way to do social media. You know, you all were doing it the same way all the time. So many of you throwing your website out there, doing what you're doing, and then saying, I don't understand, this doesn't work. And then there's still some of you who go, throwing your website out there, doing it. You got the social media thing. He's told you it doesn't work overnight, but guess what? You're still like you're not really, your ears are open, but you're not really listening, because there is nothing that you're going to do in this business or in life that, and I would dare say ever in your life, that you're just going to get like that. Okay. I mean, mama didn't just put you up one day and get you walking and, you know, you just took off and said, I got this. Or you got on your bike, or you got on your skates, or whatever it was. Everything takes time. Everything takes time in this life. To master it, to be great at it, it takes time. And I don't know about you, but I think greatness is something to strive for. You can be okay at something. You can be good at something. But to be great at something, that is like the epitome. You know, when you see somebody who they got it going on, I want you to know, if you know somebody that you feel like has this business all together, or you feel like somebody who just does it all and they do it all right, I need you to know it didn't happen in a week. That didn't happen in a month. It didn't happen in 6 months, and it probably didn't happen in a year either. And if you're watching people, you're like, I want to be where they're at. I want to be happy like they are in life. I want to be successful like they are in business. I want all of this to come together. I want you to know it didn't come together for them all at once. I don't care what they say. If they tell you that, they're not telling you the truth, because they think they shouldn't tell you about the struggles. They shouldn't tell you about what they made it through in this life or in business. So, and I say that because so many of you who haven't been doing this very long, you don't realize that's exactly how it is. This is not an overnight success. And if somebody told you to bring it on board because you were going to make $5,000 in 3 months, I'm not going to tell you it has never been done. I'm going to tell you, unless you had this massive customer base that came over from another company or something, or you know you are this massive person who bought an old team from an old company to this, that does not happen. That is a pipe dream. You can build up to these great amounts. You can grow up to this great sense of accomplishment and success. But not until you figure out, first of all, that this all starts with number one, your attitude. Yeah, you knew I was going to pick on you first, right? Because in the end, the roadblocks, most of these that I'm going to talk about, they all start with you. What are the roadblocks? Well, your attitude going, you come in and you're really excited. This is what happens. You find something you want to do. Do you want to join a club? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to learn yoga? What is it that you want to do and you want to master, right? And you come in and you're really excited and your attitude's like, yeah, I'm ready. I want to do this. This is awesome. And then, then after a little bit of time, you're like, you thought that you should have already in yoga been able to put your leg behind your head, and you've been doing it like 10 days and you thought that should happen. You think because you give out 20 brochures that everybody, matter of fact, 80 people should order from you from 20 brochures, and you're not supposed to do anything but just sit there and let it happen. Your attitude has to be different than what it is right now. If you see somebody out there that's getting it done, somebody you follow, somebody that you respect, somebody you're like, man, I want to know that I can grow, and I want my business to be as big as theirs, as successful as theirs. I want to be like Molly, and I want to be able to laugh at everything. Well, let me be clear. I do not laugh at everything. It's just that most of the stuff I share with you, I do laugh at. So you're like, oh my God, Molly, she's so funny. Well, I can be funny, okay? I know how to laugh at myself. Do you know why? Because about 15 years ago, I had to change my attitude. I take it back, not 15 years ago, probably about 12 years ago, probably about 2 years into Avon, I had to figure out that I had to learn how to be okay with me and who I was at that moment. That if there were things that I wanted to improve, if there were things I wanted in my company, if there were things that I wanted in my life, and believe me, there was a lot that I wanted 12, 13, 14 years ago, because I felt like I went to scratch again, had nothing. Everything I had worked for in the first 40 years of my life, when I divorced my first husband, it was gone. The only thing I still had were my kids, and that was the most important thing for reals. But I felt like quite a failure. But I have to tell you something. If I still felt like a failure, and that's all I talked about, and that's all I dwelled on, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I wouldn't have 100 and something people sitting here listening to me, because if I were going to be Debbie Downer all the time, and I was going to tell you about how rotten my life is, and how everything sucks, and how the company doesn't get anything right, and I don't like my dog, and I didn't like how my French fries were cooked today. Oops, sorry, Scott. I didn't like that. If I didn't like that, if I was that person always telling you that, you would be like, Molly, shut up. I am unfollowing her. I got people now that, because they are those people, they unfollow me because they're like, I don't like what she has to say. I like being miserable. I'm going to block her. I don't want to hear about her good cheer. I don't want to hear about the happy. I don't want to hear about, I like hearing about how bad it was with her, but I certainly don't like hearing about how she had to work to make things better. In life and in business, you have to decide what your attitude is going to be. And I'm not telling you it's going to be great all the time, but you have to be in tune to what is going on with you first. You have to be in tune to this. You have to know that when you feel yourself looking at the worst thing, hey, Angelique is on here, everybody, yay. When you feel yourself going down a slippery slope, you better grab onto the nearest limb. That limb is there, and I know it feels like it's going to bust, and then you have to start crawling back up to the better attitude. And by the way, having a good attitude is not always easy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a roadblock, right? If it was great to have a great attitude all the time, it would not. If it was simple, it wouldn't even be on the list. But things bring you down. Life brings you down. Where you're sitting at life brings you down. Maybe certain circumstances, your living conditions bring you down. Things in your life you didn't count on bring you down. The order that you had last campaign brings you down. But you choose rather to stay down. You choose not to do anything about that roadblock. You choose. Do you know how many times that I have just had to tell myself, stop it. Just stop it. It is not worth it. It is not worth having. How does a bad attitude make you feel better? In my line of business, it can give you wrinkles, okay? And then I have to use extra skincare, all right? I like my skincare. I don't want to have to do extra. And by the way, nobody is promised tomorrow. So do you really want to spend today with a bad attitude? So it starts with you. You have to decide what your attitude's going to be, because your attitude decides exactly what kind of flow your business is going to be. What kind of flow is your life going to be? It doesn't matter if the people around you are the most negative people ever. The point is, it's about you. This is your life, this is your business, and you can blame everybody else around you, but you choose to be happy or unhappy. You choose to let that circumstance keep you down. So what are you going to choose? Is that your number one roadblock? Is it you that you want to feel like life is always bad for you? Take it from someone who knows. I can take you down the path of a lot of people right now, here and now, that are fighting cancer, that are fighting because they're losing their parents, that their parents are being stricken by diseases like Alzheimer's and things like that, and they are suffering through this and watching people die in front of them every day. But do you know what? They seem to have the best attitude ever through this. And here you stub your toe, or your sales weren't good enough, or somebody's not talking to you, or somebody's not where you want them at, and you're going to have a bad attitude? You're going to let that be the focus of your life and of your day and of your business? Come on. Stop acting like that spoiled brat. Change your attitude. Another thing, especially in business, I don't care if it's the social media of Avon. I don't care if it's that you've just started and you're looking for customers. I don't care if you're a leader and you're looking to build a team. I don't care if you're somebody who's like, you know what, Molly, Avon's just part-time thing with me because I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. It's helping me get through school. It's, Molly, this isn't like my gig for life. I don't want all of that, okay? But it's helping me with something with my kids. It's helping me pay my car payment. My husband got laid off, and it's helping to pay the bills at home. It doesn't matter if this is your life. It doesn't matter if you're like so into it like me. Like, this is my livelihood. This is my vehicle where my passion is to help people. This is where I'm like, I ain't figured out I'm not the only one who has struggles. I have figured out that I myself am not alone, so I am not allowed to stay down about it. This is what I've chosen. Avon, it's not necessarily that drew in my passion. My passion developed because it gave me a vehicle to help other people. When I opened up Onward, no matter what, my passion was to hopefully maybe help a couple of hundred people that weren't on my team, that maybe would like to know what's going on, get good information, find out they could too. And here I am 4.5 years later, and we have 17,000 people in a group who I'm like, where did that come from? I don't know where it came from, but what I know is it's there for a reason. And it's there because it's where I'm supposed to be. And I learned how to embrace it. And when I look at this and then I have a bad attitude, I'm like, oh man, I need to stop it. I need to stop it. Sometimes our expectations, that would be my number 2 thing. First, your attitude, then your expectations. We talked about this just a little bit in the beginning. Your expectation that because you've chosen this company called Avon, you've chosen to be in business for yourself, that you think it's all going to happen just like this. somebody will come in and my first question is, wow, they're like, this isn't working for me. I'm not, it's not building. I'm not finding customers. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And my first question is always, how long have you been doing this? I have to tell you, most of the time, it's definitely under a year, and about 50% of the time, it's less than 6 months, and about 20% of the time, it's less than a month. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. Number one, how many brochures are you getting? How are you sharing this on social media? Let's be real. Let's talk about what you're doing, and then let's talk about how often you're doing it. I don't know if you all caught the post that I put in Onward. I didn't put this out there to the general public, but the gist of it was somebody asked me, what do you do? And my answer was, whatever it takes. But along with that, there were stats of, I only raised these stats till 2014, and now, of course, it's 4 years later. The only thing that is a true stat to this date would be what I'm making and how many reps I've lost, which, people have walked away. Thousands of people will walk away from this business all the time. To give you guys a grip that says, I am almost 14 years into this business. And when I think about that, I think, wow, can you imagine if I thought this was supposed to happen to me in 6 months? Boy, would I have been disappointed, right? All I preach to you guys is slow, steady, consistency. You do that all the time, and it is going to build. But this is the part you forgot. Did you not remember the part when I said it won't happen overnight? You're going to have people who walk away. You're going to have customers who don't buy from you anymore. You're going to have to consistently put your brochures out there and be ready for any circumstance. You may have to do events. You may have to do social media a little bit more if you can't get out. You have to be ready all the time. Be prepared to bring Avon into your life, not your life into Avon. I don't care what company you're in or what it is that you're trying to do. You've got to figure out how to work this business around your life and not your life around it. That is the sweet spot with Avon. If you want to have a party, you can have a party. If you don't want to have a party, it doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. But the one way you're not going to be successful and you're going to hit a red roadblock every time is when you're not consistent. When you have this expectation that just because you chose this and you invested $25, $50, or $100, and you may have bought yourself over 6 months a couple of hundred brochures, but let's not talk about what you did with those brochures or if there was any follow-up. You just think, this doesn't work. No, it's not that this doesn't work. I'm proof that this does work. And I can give you hundreds upon thousands of other representatives that, yes, this does work. Here's the point. Here it is right here. Your expectation is a false expectation because you expected it without putting any work into it. Just that simple. You thought this was going to happen, and you were like, Molly, I'm consistently talking about what I want and what my goals are. I am consistently making up a new dream board. Molly, I am consistently getting brochures ready. Oh, wait a minute. You're consistently making up a dream board, but in all that time, what did you do to get to any of those dreams on that board? You're consistently getting brochures together, but how many times are you giving them out, and are you getting the contact information, and are you following up? We now have this massive Avon social media that we have been gifted, that it is given to us free of charge, and here it is, and you make 3 posts, and you're like, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. I don't understand this. I am doing everything that Scott Kramer in the brain said, but I am not getting anything. Are you serious? So you really thought because they did a lot of work and put a lot of stuff together that it ain't working for you. You're doing too much of this. You need to do this. You need to go back and watch the videos, and you need to figure out this doesn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. I'm sorry. It just doesn't, people. Mama told you that you could have anything you want. Mama was right. But what Mama must have forgot to tell you is, it's going to happen with a lot of grit, baby. It's going to happen with a lot of elbow grease, baby. It's going to happen with a lot of consistency, baby. Because unless Mama's right there with you and she is giving it to you on a silver platter, it's not going to just jump on that platter for you. You have got to get out there and work it, and you must be consistently working it. So the point is, what's your attitude? What is your expectation? And how about this one? Who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Are you listening to people who are telling you you're going to make $1 million in a year? You know what you need to do? Cut it off. Are you listening to people who tell you that you'll never do anything in this business because it never happened for them? Cut them off. Are you listening to yourself say that you are a failure, that you can never do a live stream, that you can never tell somebody about a product, that you'll never do Avon Social like Emily Seagren or what Scott and them are saying or anything else? You're never... Cut yourself off and just do the dang work, people. Just do the work. Are you listening to people who maybe inside they don't want you to be successful? Let's be clear. There are people in your life who want you to do everything for them, with them, around them. They want everything to be all about them, and they hate this Avon thing because, God forbid, you have to put time into it. You have to put some effort into it. You have found something that you love instead of sitting on a couch every night watching reality TV that's not making you a dang penny. I don't got no problem with reality TV, okay? I don't. But when you got people like, what you mean you're not coming and we're not going to watch The Bachelor anymore? What do you mean you're doing a Zoom call with this Avon team? I mean, you can't be making that much money. You know what? You may not be making that much money yet. But the key is, if you keep doing it, eventually you will make more money. But you have got to stop listening to people who are trying to sabotage you and roadblock you. You need to start telling yourself, yes, you can. Yes, you will. And yes, I'm going to. Because the problem is, you have an event and it doesn't go well. So you know what you tell yourself? Events don't work for me. I know I watched 80 people say how good events were. Events don't work for me. I don't understand. Really? Really? So instead of saying, let me really do an overview of this event. What did I feel like people were not interested in? What did I feel like people could have been? Looking back, what could I have done differently? Maybe that shouldn't have been the place I did an event. Maybe I should choose this other type of atmosphere to have an event. Events aren't bad. You're not bad at them. You haven't found your mojo yet, but you'd rather quit. Here's the roadblock. Here's the roadblock. Well, forget this. I'm going back home. I'm not crawling over that roadblock. I'm not going to try to find another way to go there. This is not happening. Forget this. I'm not doing it. You have just told yourself you're not worth it. Oh, you're not coming out saying you're not worth it, but what you're saying to yourself when you're like, I'm giving up on this. Forget this. That is exactly what you were saying. And I just have to wonder, stop trying to figure out why you do it. I'm not here to psychoanalyze you. I'm not here to tell you, and by the way, let's talk about this. This is not one of the roadblocks, but this could be hindering you. I am really tired of listening to people say that they respond the way they respond, that they do things that they do, that they don't do things they do, that they say things that they say, that their attitude is bad, and they all want to talk about the childhood. They all want to talk about how bad their life was. They all want to talk about what, I don't have the skills that this person has. I can't talk to people the way the other people did. And guess what? You're never going to. if you don't get out there and get out of that comfort zone and dip your toes in the water of the unknown. And if you did that and did that every day, by this time next year, you would be going, I can't believe that's what I thought. Look how good I am at this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how great this is. The point is, you would rather give up because it's easier to blame your past than it is to throw those crutches away and quit leaning on those crutches every time something doesn't go your way. What you need to do is you need to throw them away and say, you know what, or I'm going to set them up right here and I'm going to use them as a stepping stone. Because if we want to talk about a life that things bad that happen, and that I swear, I don't know why I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know why I'm not somebody who would just live out of a homeless shelter. I don't know why that my life is not worse. Oh, I'm sorry. I do know why. Because I chose to be better than what I experienced in life. My mom died when I was 16 years old, of pancreatic cancer. I took care of her. I watched her die in 2.5 months after she was diagnosed. And then my dad just went, who knows, to hell in a handbag. Don't know what happened to him, but he just decided he didn't want to be daddy and everything else was more important. And I just lost my dad last year and still did not have a great relationship with him. My first marriage failed. I didn't feel like I was the example I should have been for my kids. I was always struggling. They were going to repossess my vehicle. You know the story. You see how I've crawled, but here I am. Here I am. Am I exactly where I want to be? No. Let me be clear. I'm still working on me. I am not where I want to be, but I am not going to give up until I get there. If there's something I don't like, I'm going to keep working harder until I can get where I want to get. What makes you any different than me? Molly, you don't have any confidence problem at all, Molly. You just get on there. You don't care. You make fun of yourself. And I'm like, shut up. I didn't used to be this person. I was the person who never wanted to talk about my past. I was embarrassed of my past. I never looked at it as a stepping stone. But if you don't get rid of that roadblock of blaming everybody in your life for what's going on and every mishap in your life, look, if something happened and somebody abused you in your past, I'm sorry. If somebody beat your tail in your past, I'm sorry. If your mom and daddy walked out on you, I'm sorry. If your husband cheated on you, I'm sorry. If things didn't work out for you, I'm sorry. I get it. That happened. Get yourself some therapy. Do something that you got to do. But in the meantime, what are you going to do right now? Because you can't go back and change what was, but you have the power in you to change what's going to happen. And as I say all the time, many of you have people watching you. Somebody said to me, well, it's like, I don't find Avon so exciting anymore. You know, Molly, when I first got into the business, I've just been thinking about quitting because I'm just somewhere along the line, I have just lost the excitement for the company. I've lost the passion, and I'm like, just hogwash. Hogwash. What's wrong? You found out you had to work a little bit harder than you wanted to work? If it's really not for you and you found yourself another passion or something like that, you go right ahead. Look, I want you to find what it is that you love. I don't care if it's another company. I don't care that if you want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer. If you want to go out and be a garbage man, go out and do it, but be good at it. But don't tell me about, I've just suddenly lost a passion. Oh, like you did the last 4 companies you were a part of? Oh, Molly, I've come back because there's a rekindling with Avon again. So I've come back to the company. No, you've come back because you notice people are still here. They're still making money. And now you want to come back and you want people to believe in you just like they did before you left. And I'm like, seriously? Seriously, I'm glad you're back. But Cupcake, you jumped ship. You jumped ship, and now you want to come back like you was never gone? Get the heck out of here. I'm glad you're back. But what happens? The first time you hit a bumpy road, you're going to jump again? You're going to jump again? We call you jumpers. That's what we call you. And it's okay. And I know I probably make you mad. And you're like, oh, my God, she's talking about me. Well, you know what? You don't know if I am or not. Let's clear this up. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. I have about 5,000 followers or more. I got about, I don't know how many YouTube followers. I get messages all the time. You quit thinking that everything I say is about you. I got people who got a stick so far up their rear end in life. I know Molly posted that. She posted that about me. I'm sure she was talking about me. Are you serious? Again, this is not all about you. But if you can identify and the shoe fits, wear it, cupcake. Wear it. It's that simple. If you don't like that about you, then change it, because I don't have any power to change you. I only had the power to change me. Okay? So quit thinking that I'm out here picking on you, okay? Okay? Because I could pick on somebody that is, you know, much more fun to pick on. I don't need no sappy crying. So, you know, just stop it right now. Get your attitude, get your butt off your shoulders, and let's learn something here together. So we're talking about your attitude. We're talking about your expectations. We're talking about the negativity that you listen to, whether it's you giving yourself negativity or rather it's somebody else giving you negativity. That's a huge roadblock, but only you can cut the radio down. You need to cut them down and either say, well, we're not going to talk about this, okay? We're not going to talk. I get it that you don't like what I'm doing. But you don't get that. You don't get to make those decisions. You don't feed me. You don't put a roof over my head. I am my own person, thank you. And if you don't like what do I tell you, I don't like you being lazy on the couch watching reality TV, eating bonbons all night. I don't tell you I don't like that, even though I don't like that. But the point of what's wrong with you? Stop telling me. Why don't you pick one thing about me you do like and tell me what you do like about me? Why don't you stump them? Stump them. Tell me something about me you do like, because you so easily tell me what it is about me that you don't like. Why don't you dig deep? Find something. Stump them. I'm telling you, they're going to be like, what? What? Yeah, I know. So okay, so now, number 4. This is a big one. Consistency, people. Consistency. In my opinion, besides your own attitude, consistency is the biggest roadblock, number 1, for me. For me, I had to examine in 2017, looking back. Not that my team did horrible, but I had to really look back in 2017 and say, if I had to pick one thing about me that I felt like, where did I lack? And as embarrassing it is for me, of a leader close to an 800-person team all over the U.S., I had to say, am I consistently giving my team what they need? Doesn't mean that they shouldn't be running their own business. It doesn't mean that they don't take their own responsibility. But as an example, as somebody that you all watch, in my group, 17,000. What's Molly putting down? What's she doing? Where's she at? Where is she celebrating? What's she giving her team? What's she doing? I hate to say that it was epic fail for me, but it was the biggest eye-opener as a leader that I said, I've got to quit telling everybody what they should do as a leader. And I have to start practicing what I preach again, because I realized that there was a time I was better at it. So the last week of December, I set myself up for nothing but success. I set myself up to say, if I need more money for things that I want to do to live the life that I want to live, then that means I've got to get out there and get more customers, and it means that I have got to do more to help my team. Okay, so what did I do? I think the biggest spot that we as leaders fail on is training. Training, that's what I believe. So I set up new rep training for my team, and I did not set it up for a month. I set up new rep training for a year. So that if you registered for one on my team, you were registered for the whole year. You were going to get the reminders. Do you know what happens then? I have to show up. I have to show up, and it was determined that in a year's time, that people were not going to leave this business because they did not know how to do orders. They didn't know how to work their web office. They didn't know how to do Avon Social. They did not know how to do invoices either way they wanted to. They did not know how, they weren't going to know how to do returns. They weren't going to know how to get out there and follow up. They weren't going to know how to do events. They were going to have no excuse except that they were lazy and they didn't want to work. That's what I wanted for my new representatives. If you're going to leave, you're going to leave because you're not taking the instruction. You're not learning what you say you don't know. And you are going to fail because you epically failed, not because I failed you as a leader. Why? Consistency. For my leaders, I have a monthly call, monthly Zoom now. My leaders, we do one-on-ones. Every single one of my leaders who are bronze ambassadors or above, we do one-on-ones once a month. I do a leader call with all the leaders who choose to show up once a month. And then I do a sales Zoom. With this meeting in a box that's coming up, every reason in the world why you should want to be a higher leader to get this meeting in a box. And yes, because my team's all over the U.S., no, I can't go meet one-on-one with everybody on my team, but I can bring everybody together, and I am set up for a year. You know why? Because I own the fact that consistency is a problem. That Molly, almost 14-year vet, top leader in the company, top 100 in the company, and I have an issue with consistency at times. I'm owning it. I'm owning it to all of you that are watching it live, all of you who are going to watch it on replay, all of you who are going to watch it in the years to come on YouTube. You're going to hear it. I am owning it. But you know what? I own it because the only way I'm going to be better is if I own it. That is the only way. So I'm zooming like a big dog with my team, okay? I am zooming like a big dog. And yes, when I do the new rep trainings, I do make those public on my YouTube channel so that anybody can go watch them, because again, it is about helping you guys. It is about, if you don't have a mentor, if you're not sure how to do something, maybe it'll give you ideas. Maybe you'll say, I think I can do that better than Molly, and then you go do it better than me, which is absolutely awesome. So consistency. Are you making sure those customers have a brochure every campaign, and are you following up with them? Oh, Molly, it's too far. My car broke down. We have campaign mailer. We have something called a post office. Have you heard that? Yes, we can mail things. How about introducing them to your online store? How about using that awesome Avon Social media that we have now? I don't want to hear your excuses because, sorry, that's a roadblock, and I don't got time for that roadblock tonight, okay? The point is, are you consistent with your team? Are you consistent with people? And Molly, I keep sharing with the same people, and you know what? They bought from me once, and they're not buying from me now. Do you know what your problem is? You need new people. You need new people, okay? Okay, stop crying about what the people are not doing that you've been dealing with, and get out there and figure out how you're going to meet new people. Meet that new nurse in the doctor's office. Meet that new person at the grocery store. Meet that new person at Walmart when you go in and get diapers, because we don't sell diapers yet, so we know you got to go in somewhere and get them. You know, all these groups. Look, when you enter my group, I see all the groups. I'm a group of this one on this baby, and this mama's daddy, and this group on here, and I like to change tires, and hey, let's build houses together, and oh, we're doing this. I ain't never seen no many groups. I couldn't visit that many groups, okay? The point is, you have all these people that you probably have made contact with, but yet, these people around me, nobody in my neighborhood wants to buy from me. Then why are you just in your neighborhood? There is a sign there. Here's your sign. Get in another neighborhood, Cupcake, and quit blaming Avon. Quit blaming your leader. Quit blaming. They're not telling me anything, and they don't reach out, and they don't. Since when is it everybody else's job to show you how to do everything and take you by the hand and tell you how they run their business. You got so many people. You got Lisa Wilbur, Teresa Paul, Scola, me. You got Emily Seagren. You got Tim Brown, who shares with everybody out there. Okay, Angelique Agee shares. I don't want to hear it. I mean, I'm not just talking about top leaders. I mean, today myself, I was watching Donna Reed Mitchell this morning, and she was talking about the top 15 things with her, because I love learning from her and other people who are much more successful at this. There are people who are sharing consistently, and the point is, you have no excuse in this day and age. It's not like when I started and there was no social media, okay? You got no excuse. You've got to get out there and put what you're learning into practice. Okay. Here's the last one that I think for you newbies who are watching me, and when I say newbies, I mean people who have been in less than 6 months. What I find when people first come into my group, this is a huge, huge, huge one, okay? They come in and they go, I just started the business, not having a lot of success. It's okay that you're not in the very beginning. You're not supposed to. I'm just asterisking that here. You're not supposed to have a lot of success at first. You're supposed to build the success. And they say, please, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Please tell me what I need to do. I want to be successful. And then I watch 189 people in my group give everybody, and then their comeback is, well, which one of these ideas do you think is the best idea? They're all great. You're looking for number one roadblock. You are looking for the unicorn at the end of the rainbow. You are looking for the magic bullet of business. You are looking for the magic way to get 100 customers in your first 7 campaigns. Let me be clear. I have yet to meet one customer who is the same. I have yet to have 2 people on my team who view everything exactly the same. I have yet to have any leader on my team who tackles their business exactly the same. Here's the news flash. The beauty of this business is you don't have to, and you can still be successful. Just like there is no magic bullet to get rich, there is no magic bullet to be successful in a short amount of time. There is no magic bullet to be successful in a long amount of time. There are many bullets. There are many things that you can do. There are many activities. I remember when I first started this business, I did, looking at my time here, guys, okay, I did so many events. I started out really small. In the end, you know, with my upline, Mary Ann Penn, you know, we were doing county fairs and everything with her, which was really great. They do the fair. We'd come in, we'd work our shift. We would get leads. We would get new customers. We would share. We were playing music. We were rocking it out. We had a good time. We were giving samples out. We had raffles. But in the beginning, I had no money to invest. I had a few samples. There were some things that I had gotten maybe from the demo book, and I would make up a little raffle basket. Probably was my cost, probably like $8 at the time. And I would have questionnaires that would just say name, address, phone number. Do you have a rep? If you don't, would you like a rep? Are you interested in earning more money without changing your life, which was huge. And in order to get into the raffle, they would fill those out. That's all they had to do. And I would take books. I gave them books. That was my big investments, brochures. That's what I did. I didn't have 50 trillion samples. I couldn't afford them. So I did brochures, and then I would do this raffle to get them to come to my table. And yes, I had to talk to them. I couldn't sit behind the table like a bump on the log and just hope that they were going to see Avon and they were going to come. Okay, it wasn't like that. I had to make eye contact. I had to say, hey, how you doing? Would you like an Avon brochure? brochure? And if they said no, I didn't crawl up into a ball behind the table and die, okay? I didn't get an attitude and go up and hit them in the back of the head, although I may have wanted to a time or two, okay? I didn't go do that and then just give up. No, I didn't give up. I didn't let that roadblock hinder me. I talk to people, and what I found out is the more I did, rather they weren't interested, no matter what it was, the point is eventually it gave me more confidence that I realized no just wasn't as important as it used to be. That I was able, and when people would say, I'd say, hey, they'd come up, oh yeah, I'd like a brochure, and I'd go, oh wow, look, do you want to enter the raffle? You don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is fill out this form right here, and if you win, if I draw this at the end of the day, you don't have to be here. I will contact you, we will meet, I will give you the products. All you have to do is fill out the form. I'm going to pick it at the end of the day when it's over. I would do free yard sales. I would do neighborhood yard sales. I could not pay to go into events when I started. I went online and I went into newspapers to find where I could set up for $5 and get a $5 table, or you could bring your own table and set up. I mean, I got to tell you, if there was a way to do it for free and do as little as I did that, and I showed up. And I can remember for the yard sale things, I had one to do every single Saturday. Because look, I had full-time jobs. I delivered papers. I worked full-time at my other job. I was working 50 to 70 hours a week, no matter what. I had to do this, but on all my free time, I was working my business. I fit it in no matter what I was doing because it was important to me, and I needed more money. And this is the way I choose to make the money. And now I look at everything that we have 14 years later, and I'm like, what the freak are you all whining about? I wish I had everything 14 years ago that we have now from this company. Are you serious? I mean, sit there and be lazy, and I'm not calling it lazy, it's just an internet lazy. You can do everything from your phone and from your tablet and from your computer. I mean, you don't even got to come out and meet me at though. You can drink your wine, have your jammies on, have your fuzzy bunny slippers on, and you can still sit. You could be topless. Not a good thought for me right now. You could be topless, and you're watching me, but you know, I don't know what you're doing. The point is, 14 years ago till today, quit your whining. You wouldn't have made it 14 years ago, people. Roadblocks. Roadblocks. I see most of you're laughing and we're cutting up, and I have to do it this way because I just cannot be the person who's born who says, Bueller. I can't be that person. I have to think about what I've done and all the times I've laughed at myself and how many times I felt sorry for myself, because you all know where this comes from, right? I have been where you're at. All these thoughts that we're talking about, I have been there. In my 14 years almost, in April, I think, I have been there. I have had those feel sorry moments. They just didn't last very long, or I was going to stay broke, okay? And look, nothing against my other sisters in direct selling and all the other companies. God forbid, I know you all have great products. I've used them. It's good. I'm not a party planning person. I couldn't have been when I started. I could probably go out and have parties now. I don't want to. I don't want to, okay? I don't want to. I don't want to sell one thing. I don't want to just sell skincare. I don't want to just sell health stuff. I don't want to just sell makeup. We are the only company out there that I know of where you can find your strong point, whether it be fashion, whether it be health and wellness, whether it be skincare, whether it be makeup, whether it be body lotion. Maybe you had some nasty feet and you are a seller of footworks, okay? If it's deodorant, if it's jewelry, if it's fragrance, you can pick your sweet spot and you can be massively successful with Avon. Why? Because we are like the Sears wish book times 100, baby. Times 100 we are, because we have got stuff for everybody. We're bringing back the kids line. The point, we got it all. We got it all. You have no excuse. Not, well, I'm not really good with the skincare. Okay, then don't be really good with the skincare right now. Pick something you are really good at. Put that shirt on. Put those earrings on. Guys, don't put the earrings on. They may not look too good on you. I don't know. Wash your hair. You can't be a good hair care seller if you ain't got no hair, okay? Come on. Pick your sweet spot. If it's the health and the wellness, go do it. But if you don't know about the other things, why aren't you educating yourself? You need to. You need to educate yourself. You need to be the person who wants to be better than you are today, and you want to look down your road, and every roadblock you see, you want to knock the hell out of it. You want to blow that son of a gun up, and you're like, you ain't stopping me. You're my bad attitude, it's gone. Ain't got it. My expectations that are totally out there, like on a unicorn back or something, it's gone. Listening to the negativity that I give myself and that other people give me, I'm cutting off that radio. I'm done. Lack of consistency, don't make a plan to be consistent. Set yourself up that you have to do it. If you need to do what you're supposed to do, especially when you don't feel like doing it, okay? Set yourself up, make yourself positive and consistent, and if that's your biggest thing, you better get to working on it. You better because it was my biggest thing, get to working on it. And for all of you who are looking for the one thing that can make you successful, that one thing is you doing many things. That is you finding that magic sweet spot for you. That, by the way, this year, your magic sweet spot may be events. Next year, it may be that you're an Avon social media queen or king. Your sweet spot could be Aspira. Your sweet spot could be fragrance, like Orinthia, my buddy who had a shoe addiction, and she chose the perfume to say, I got this. The point is, it's up to you to find it. And if you don't get rid of the roadblocks and you don't prepare for them and know how you're going to deal with them, and sometimes we don't. But the one thing we can do is say, no matter what, my mind tells me I'm getting through it, over it, around it. I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to do something. But I am going to be successful because I choose it, because I am getting rid of the 5 biggest roadblocks in life and business. That's what I want for you. But I have news for you. Whether you choose to do it or not, this girl right here, by the time 2019 hits, I am going to be looking at massive improvement in myself. And I know I'm going to see it in my team. And I know my customers are going to notice a difference. And everything is going to rise because I am knocking the roadblocks out of the way. And I'm going to be bigger and better than I've ever been, and I'm going to learn what I can, and I'm going to find my sweet spots, and I'm going to work them till they're not sweet anymore. And when it's not sweet, I'm going to find another thing I can do to make the journey sweet again. But remember, you're going to get a few lemons. It's a roadblock. You got to move past it, okay? So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope it helps you. I hope it does. If so, let me know that it helps you. I will be over the weekend putting this on YouTube. Please feel free to share this. Press your share button. If you can't find it where you're at now, you're not going to be able to share it from the Onward group, but you'll be able to share it from my inspiration page, from my main page, probably from the event page. Then I'll be putting it up on YouTube. You all know that I do this because I love you, right? I want the best for you, and I want you to know that if you want success anywhere in this business or life, it is up to you, and it's up to you to get rid of the roadblocks. I mean, my question to you is, do you want to be a whiner the rest of your life? Do you want to be a loser? Or do you want to be a champion? You know the song that I've chosen to end the calls with most weeks, which is Carrie Underwood's new song called Champion. I want to see major champions make it to RepFest. Make it to RepFest, 10,000 of us getting together, owning this journey, and I want to see massive success up on stage, walking in the halls, everybody together, slapping 5, Well, no, some of the in football they hit each other in the butt. Don't hit me in the butt. I will be offended, okay? But we can high five and we can hug and we can celebrate each other, because that's what we do with Barbara and with Rascal Flats and with corporate and with all of us. We are champions, and our company is a company filled with champions. And you may not feel like one now, but I'm telling you, your champion moment is coming. Own it, go after it, be consistent, cut the negativity out, and go forth and be the best you that you've ever been in life and business. Lee, how about that song? Jump on the call side if you want that song, because we can't do it out here. They'll cut us off. We love you guys. We will see you in 2 weeks.